Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Well, for today, we're going to lean on a morning sit-down I had for the bulk of our Monday update, plus a little volleyball on tap on the network for tomorrow night. So let's go back to last Thursday with area runners at the district cross-country meet there in Ogallala for Class B. It was Gering High with the big day. The Bulldogs took first place in the girls' race, and the boys finished in second. Of course, the key for Gering on the girls' side is defending state champion Maddie Seiler, who frankly is among the top athletes we've seen in the region over the last handful of years. Simply put, she is a champion. I had Seiler and head coach Rick Marez in this morning for a sit-down. We'll get to the full conversation with Seiler shortly, but first want to hear from Coach Marez. Seiler had a rough summer injury that put her season in doubt, but she's back, and I asked Coach Marez about her toughness and that winning mentality.
In everything she does, hard worker, and when it comes down to the final seconds, you want her in the spotlight, whether it's running, whether it was basketball, whatever it might be, you want her on your team. And I think as a program, it's good to have kids like that. We've had kids over the years who you feel good walking up when they're on your team, and she's absolutely one of those kids just because she works hard, never really points fingers. She just accepts responsibility and says, I'm going to go out there and do my best.
Now let's get to the complete conversation this morning with Maddie Seiler, who talks districts, defending a state title, and coming back from a tough summer injury.
Chris Cottrell with KNB Sports as we continue with Gering Cross Country here as our feature for today. Glad to be joined now by Maddie Seiler, who really is one of the top winners we've got in the Panhandle. District championship last week at Cross Country Districts. Of course, a year ago, defending state champ at the state meet. Let's go back to the summer months when you injured yourself. A, what was the injury? B, what did the doctors tell you about a timeline as far as recovery?
I was playing basketball. It was our kind of last basketball tournament of the summer, and there was just a leak in the ceiling. It was kind of just like a freak accident, and slipped, broke my ankle, and tore all the ligaments in it. And it was really hard because at first we went to the hospital here, and they told me, no, you're fine, you'll have 6 weeks. It's just a small break, you'll have 6 weeks. They only took an x-ray of the front, and we never saw the side or the ankle. So we wanted to make sure, so we went up to Colorado, and they took x-rays of everything, and they said, no, you have to have surgery. You would never have been able to run normal again, and they told me 3 to 6 months of recovery, which was really hard because I was like, oh, like 6 weeks to 3 months is a big difference.
And the cross-country season isn't that long once school starts. So, I mean that timeline wipes out your senior year of cross-country. So you're driving back home, I'm guessing with your dad, your mom. What's the conversation like about how you're going to attack this thing and do the right thing for yourself long-term?
We were kind of looking at it positively and trying not to look at negative sides of it, but like I said, it was definitely hard. Lots of tears, for sure. But getting back to where I am right now was a huge blessing and an amazing opportunity that I've had.
When did you think you were going to be able to get back out on the course with your teammates and be a part of this thing coming down the stretch?
I was actually not expecting to be back as soon as I was. We didn't know I was going to run an alliance, and I was like, Marez, should I run an alliance? And he was all like, sure, go ahead. We kind of ran it as more of like a tempo day, but it still felt bad. It still felt great to be back in the mix.
So on your comeback trail, whether it's practice or some of these races you've been in, what's it like to have a guy like Coach Marez, who I know you trust completely, to know what's best for you, when to hit the stop button, when to hit play again, and when to push things and when not to?
I've been running with him since I was in 7th grade, and he's my absolute favorite coach. He knows my limits. He knows when I'm hurting, anything like that, but he is an amazing coach, and he knows what's best for me, and he knows when I'm going to be ready.
So let's go back to districts last week. A, you get the win, B, the team gets the win. I know that team aspect is really important to you. So what was it like being able to lead you and your teammates to that first place finish?
We've had some, even before my injury, I had high expectations for the team, and going into districts, I knew that we were either going to do very well or we were going to get fourth. That's kind of where we were at. But I am really glad that we kind of came together and ran the best that we could, and we did.
Now you get a chance, let's just start individually. You get a chance to defend a state championship. What's that mean to you, and kind of what's your weekly build-up going to be like, both mentally and physically, to be at your best come this week?
Going back to the state meet as a winning last year, obviously it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be more mental coming back from my injury, but I know that whatever happens is going to happen.
And what about on the team side? What are your expectations, for everyone else, as far as what you think you guys can do and accomplish?
I personally feel like if we run how we're supposed to run, I know how my girls can run, we can definitely get top 3. That is my goal for us.
Well, appreciate you guys coming in. Congratulations, on all the success here late in the year, what I'm sure will be a successful run in Kearney, and also just the ability to grind your way through this and get back to doing what you love. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
That state cross-country meet is coming up on Friday at the Kearney Country Club. We'll hear more from Coach Rick Marez coming up on Thursday here at the TV Sports Desk. And quickly, before we wrap up for today, we'll have some volleyball on the way tomorrow night right here on KNEB.TV, plus a radio-only match. WNCC has now won 3 straight matches. They'll host Casper tomorrow night at Cougar Palace, plus it'll be a home match for Gering as they look to bounce back off that loss at Scottsbluff late last week. The Bulldogs take on Sydney tomorrow night at home and right here on KNEB.TV. That is the latest for today from the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.